descent Spooktober stream. It is now officially October 1st where I live. 12:19 a.m. A new day. A new beginning. A new journey to start in the spooky season. This game features autosaving. When you see this icon, do not turn off the system. Fictional games. Oh boy. It works. Ooh. I don't think I'm skilled enough and well versed in this game to go on hard mode yet, so I will play the way the game was designed to be played.
Don't forget, some things mustn't be forgotten. The shadow hunting me. I must hurry. My name is Daniel. I live in London at Mayfair. What have I done? This is crazy. Don't forget. Don't forget. I must stop him. Focus. My name is... I am Daniel.
Alright. My name is Daniel. Let's go. So spooks. At him, buddy. Memento has another true journal. Just make sure. Okay. Memento will follow the liquid trail and find its source. Alright. What are the controls before anything gets completely screwy? Okay, L2's run, L1's throw, R2's interact, R1 is lean, journal, crouch, jump, lantern, jump, crouch. Movement, look, rotate. Oh, okay, so that's look, stick sensitivity. I will have it so high up. real nice vibes here. Stay away from me, demons. No, bad demon. What was that button? Oh, this is run, right? Yeah. So speedy. Yeah, that was run button. Yeah. Hey. Watch where you're making noises. Only I can make noises. This is a pretty big door. Hey. Watch yourself, demon. What? It was just the wind. Wind from no windows. Totally fine. This is like candles and other lights. Tuna boxes. Stop. Stop making noises. Woo! Bang! Watch your mouth. Break everything in here. Everything in this place is contaminated. It is soiled. It is filthy. Who's in here? I don't think I want to know. Alright. Open. Oh. You don't know how to open doors. Loser. Oh, sorry. Let's try that again. Not used to open doors. Terrible. This is a place called Stop falling. Stop being weird. Stop being weird. Who's there? I have a chair. You stay back, demon. Who's in here? Not allowed in here. Must have been a demon. Hey. No. Don't you dare turn off the lights when I want them. Hey, take that painting. And this other painting. What about this painting? Yeah. Screw all the art. Yes. Yes. I do enjoy the palette that was put into this work. What about this one? Oh, yes. Yes, I do enjoy a good... What is that shit called? I forget what it is. Crucifixion. Yeah, there we go. It's been a while since I've seen one. Ah, yes, playing violins while fucking your cows. A normal pastime. Stay there, Chair. Oh, we're close. No, can't be. You're going crazy, sir. You can't tell me what I'm going, because I'm going downstairs. You've gone mad. I have not gone mad. I am actually quite happy. Yeah. Now I'm mad. Take that chair. You're only hurting yourself, you know. Yeah, well, whatever. Ah, it's too dark here. Who thought of putting an undercroft trap? Ooh, it makes those creepy noises. Archives. It seems as though this is where we must part, Mr. Chair. That is fine by me, you sucked anyway. Well, fuck you. Traveling to Dover and going through Canterbury, he made sure to pay a visit to avoid the sense of guilt connected with neglect. Can I bring one of these with me? No. Like, don't make a noise over there. Try to be quiet. What's the point of having one of these sconces for a torch if I can't use them? It's not like they were meant to be permanently right there. That's just too much work to clean up after. What is this? Yeah. Veggie Tales. Okay. Oh, notes. Like some veggies. No. It can be increased by completing puzzles and making progress. Listing incident and events will reduce your sanity. This is a nice light. I am completely fine. Everything is okay. I don't know what I'm afraid of. There's light in here. It's a good place. Don't you glare at me. Okay, I guess it's just time to leave here. I have no reason to stay. Okay, this is fun. Ooh, an lantern. Okay, so I picked up the lantern and the coil can be turned on by pressing square select. Yes. There's daylight. What am I afraid of? I'm going crazy. I'm losing my mind here. I can't see shit. Don't you at me. Learn to control the one another's inside voices. was just the wind, darling. You're coming with me in your chair.
Back in my day, this place was actually quite lively. People walking all over the place, always having a nice conversation, sitting on me.
Ooh, look how grand I am. Yes, you are pretty grand.
Thank you! I try my best to stay young and good looking.
Well, don't show me that. I like that, actually. No, I don't think that I would. Yes, you do. No, I don't do it. Stay there. Don't you crackle on me.
I'm sorry, it's just not on the old age.
Why is there an earthquake and chains happening? That's weird. Stop it. Oh, hello. Here. Get out of those books. You are in too deep in these books. You need to go outside and enjoy the sunlight and the fresh air. You don't tell me what to do. I do what I want. No, you don't. Yeah, you do what I want. Oh, that hurt. You monster. Yeah, well, how about this? Ow. That also hurt. There's nothing in there anyway. Back. What's in here? Ooh. This is nice. I feel so good staring at this nice thing. Be gone. Out of my way. Yeah. Yes. Oh, no, this is right. It was you, chair, all along. Yes, it was me. I was here trying to lead you the entire time. Little did you know, I am you, David. No, you're not your chair. Stop hearing footsteps. There's the leopard. Broken bottles. That's cool.
19th of August, 1839. I wish I could ask how much you remember. I don't know if there will be anything left after I consume this drink. Don't be afraid, Daniel. I can't tell you why, but know this. I choose to forget. Try to find comfort and strength in that fact. There is a purpose. You are my final effort to put things right. God willing, the name Alexander of Brandenburg still invokes bitter anger in you. If not, this will sound horrible. Go to the inner sanctum, find Alexander, and kill him. His body is old and weak, and yours, young and strong. He will be no match for you.
All right.
One last thing. A shadow is following you. It's a living nightmare, breaking down reality.
Whoa.
I have tried everything, and there is no way to fight back.
Oh, shit.
You need to escape it as long as you can.
All right.
Redeem us both, Daniel. Descend into the darkness where Alexander waits and murder him.
All right.
Your former self, Daniel.
You don't even know my name. It's David. No, it's Daniel. So what does that mean for us? No, dead. He died. Hey, bad roaches. Stay. The fragrant taste of rose lingered in his mouth. Turkish delight, he thought, just like the ones at the concert. I don't want to run. Now,
Alexander, is it inside the castle?
In a manner of speaking. Come, bring the lamp. You've been to the refinery, have you not?
I don't believe I have. Is it connected to the... what did you call it?
The inner sanctum. My most precious chamber, Daniel. And it lies well beyond the refinery. In fact, it lies beneath the very stone of Brennenburg.
hey, watch where you're going, which is... Okay. All's good, crystal clear. Fancy J. Well, hello. How do you do? I do quite well. Can you kill roaches? I'd rather not touch the nasty things. Well, we're gonna find out. Take that, roaches. No, what are you doing? Don't let me touch that. You. What are you doing? Oh, my God. Yeah. So those roaches are immune to everything. Oh, don't think you can hide from me. Yes. Yes, she's This is fine. Alex. No. Alright. How's my sanity doing? A slight headache, and health is always good. Awesome. Well, I'm not going down there yet. You can't make me do it alcohol. Well, might as well start with the deeper area to go. Light. It's locked and will not open without a key. Awesome. That means I have to go there later. What about the laboratory? Yeah, slight headache. Status fire. A nice, calming, raw, relaxing vibe.
should be more cooperite. Let me see. And 1 part aquaforce.
Ooh, ow. Bright light again. God damn it, baby. Shut up. I will return. If it wasn't for the thought of you, my love, I wouldn't be able to go on. When I find myself doing terrible things, I take comfort in you. As long as I am able to think of you and long for our life together, I know I am better than the others. I weep for them. They lust for power without restraint, where I only crave fair judgment and a safe return. Alright, cool. What's new? Because I'm nosy. Ooh! Alright. Early alchemy experiment. This is my third attempt to produce artificial vitae. The former compounds lack the potency I need, but I sense I'm close. Calamine and orpiment are given, and a cooperite binds them well. This time I will attempt aquaregia instead of aquafortis in hopes it will produce a more even solution. The experiment was unsuccessful. The solution is highly acidic and proves impractical to put to any use except as a detergent. Organic tissue reacts especially violently to the solution and should be handled with the greatest care. I might be able to use the recipe, but I'm losing hope that I will find an alchemical solution to my predicament. And cooperite will make aquaregia or aquafortis, and aquafortis that you need to properly vent the fumes from my most recent experiments has taken its toll on many of my less stable ingredients in storage. Some seem unaffected, but many are stained by the fumes and will be difficult to salvage. I shall do what I can and move them to the wine cellar. Wine cellar. Awesome. Hello. $200. still a slight headache. Let's go. Yes. Much enough. A well-lit place. I have tinted devices left. That's cool. This is fine. I need to go back there anyways. Ooh. $10. Hey, watch it. Archives. A little later. It won't budge. Okay. Into the archives. The other children cheered him on, his name voiced in a steadily rising pace, urging him to do it. Am I really doing this? The young boy thought, and struck his victim with a rock. Alright. Oh, that's it. It's a broken door. Whoa. I hereby offer my full attention and services to Alexander, Baron of Brennenburg. This contract will reign for a total of 3 years when my freedom shall return to me. In addition, Alexander, Baron of Brennenburg, is to recommend my services at the Persian royal court and within the sanctum of the Order of the Black Eagle. May no man break this steel. Wilhelm, House of Garrick. Nice lighting. Gross coverage.
May 1839. The unflinching African sun has continued to plague our expedition, making it impossible to dig until dusk. How Professor Herbert managed to find the location in these vast plains of nothingness remains a mystery to me. When I asked him about the tomb again, he told me about the legend of Tin Hanan, the mother of us all. An interesting story in its own right, but I can't help feeling there's more. Later that evening, we uncovered a passage beneath the dunes leading to a sand-covered stone structure. The professor was confident it was the tomb we sought and ordered the others to clear the way late into the dark, cold night. Tomorrow, I shall lead the men into the ancient structure, hoping to reach the burial chamber. No matter what the professor is keeping from me, the dig should yield something interesting to take back to London and the British Museum.
Hello. You will guide me to safety. I don't think so. I'd do that well. Okay. Oh. Did you want that? No. Oh. Did you want that either? No. Fuck you.
17th of May, 1839. My hands tremble as I write. I feel a need to document my tribulation, for I fear that my memory will fail me if I linger. Today, I took some men and ventured into the dark, ancient passage we uncovered. Our torches burned faintly in the murky air as we slowly made our way underground. The men were superstitious and fearful. They argued loudly, and I felt their strange language getting to me. I mustered my strength and yelled at them to continue down the slopes and broken steps. The crudely carved passage confused me. It looked much older than the 4th century structure we had expected. The twisting path emerged into a great antechamber. The walls were lined with statues unlike any I'd ever seen. Despite their unearthly quality, I felt a strange familiarity toward them, which haunts me still. At the far end of the chamber, a great slab of stone sealed off whatever lay ahead. I gave the order to raise it, and as I pushed through the narrow space, the heavy stone suddenly dropped, sealing me inside. I was trapped.
Bugs outside or something. I should check the other area. I'll go there later. Nice. There's nothing there. Nothing Get out of here. Dumb book. Spook. Much better. Nothing. Sure, they'll do hope they don't mind. Sure do hope they don't mind going through all their stuff. This is a very open area. Heckin' yes. Oh, alright.
Much of the castle is old and hasn't been tended to for centuries. When the shadow arrives, it won't take long until things start falling apart.
We just might anyway. Let's do what we can.
There isn't much to be done about the walls. We should reinforce weak structures. The ground will tremble and there's a risk everything will cave in on us, especially downstairs. Here, and there. Let's get the servants working on it.
Oh, nice. Oh, I'm falling. Right now. Oh, gee. Okay, I'm on the ground now.
17th May, 1839. After pounding the unforgiving stone wall for what seemed like an eternity, I realized it was hopeless. I was trapped. I fell to the ground, gasping for air, trying to focus. That's when I saw a faint blue shimmer. My weakened body was heavy to carry, but I managed to push myself toward the enchanting light. It was waiting for me. Enclosed in dark nothingness, I felt myself drawn to the mystic light. I reached out, closing it in my hands. The faint glow escaped my fingers and began to spark brightly and spirit me away, unlocking alien memories of spiraling towers, endless deserts, and impossible geometry. The next thing I can remember is the grating sound of stone being lifted, the voices of the Arabs pulling me to safety, and grasped firmly in my hands was the broken pieces of a most peculiar relic.
You have to be swift when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
Altstadt at Brandenburg Castle, 1801. Another region rich with lore in Altstadt. Deep within the East Persian woods, for centuries there have been stories surrounding the hamlet and its neighbor, Castle Brandenburg. The quiet forest clad with mountains dressed with scattered lakes is as picturesque as can be, albeit the area is haunted by the dark. As getting local and we hear proof of the widespread superstition. All the travelers should indulge themselves in such conversations, since it will certainly serve as exciting entertainment. All of them have their own twists on the tales, but there are some motifs that keep reappearing. The Gatherers. This story reaches all the way back to the time of the 30 Years' War. It is said that soldiers who abandoned their duty got lost in the cold, dark woods and were forever damned to roam the grounds. Their bodies, wrought by their tainted souls, have left them disfigured and empty of essence. Many have cited them over the years and described them as horrid revenants. They move silently through the woods, shying away from any beholder. They are called gatherers, as they seem to follow some ambition to steal living creatures. It is their prey which can be heard struggling inside damp burlap sacks dragged behind them, which reveal their presence. What dark scheme do they follow? A visit undone. Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa, the well-known erudite, visited Altstadt at the start of the 16th century. He resided in the local inn for a fortnight as he looked for evidence of kingdoms past. During his stay, all the prominent members of society paid notice, and he is mentioned in many records of the time. One day he went to investigate a burrow in the northwestern glades, only to never be seen again. Heinrich is known to have passed away in Grenoble some 10 years later. He dismissed the notion of ever visiting Altstadt, which makes you wonder what really happened. Who was this mysterious man who visited the sleepy hamlet in the woods, and what happened to him? The immortal Baron. The Baron of Brennenburg lives a reclusive life with his family at his castle nearby Altstadt, and like most of those of normal birth, rumors are inherited alongside with the title. Researching the history reveals little more. Before the castle was consumed by fire in the late 16th century. It was rebuilt by Alexander, a nobleman from the Rhinelands, claiming the role as protector of the Persian state. Alexander helped the region to flourish and remain popular throughout his presumed lifetime. The family has always been secretive when it comes to lineage and heritage. Therefore, the birth and death of Alexander and his offspring have never been fully recorded. This has fed the idea that the Baron is in fact the one and the same who came from the West over 300 years ago, lived through the time of occupation, and joined the coveted order of the Black Eagles, along with the great leaders of this country. Interesting. Slight headache. Cool. Awesome. To be locked, it will stay locked. Please. I wonder if I can hide in here. Yes. Spot for hiding. That's the place where Jeebus was born. that door open. That's cool. Wilhelm and his fools have endangered my research long enough with their absent-minded handling of the human vessel. The sheriff is keeping a watchful eye on the forest and is killing my trusty servants. It's just a matter of time until they follow the trail to Brennenburg. I need to lock Wilhelm and his men up to avoid further investigation from the public. The wine cellar will therefore be sealed off until the matter has been handled. Either the king's men leave or they will starve. Whatever comes first, they can rot for all I care. Maybe I will feed them some wine. It would, in a sense, solve both of my problems. Alright. Take this painting, and that painting. You're coming with me, chair. Ooh. Don't mind if I do, big strong man. Have at thee. Oh. It is now in the wall. I made a chair go in the wall. Why is this door closed? That's cool. I'm just gonna move this box a little bit out of here. Hey, watch it. I need to get over there. The statues were praying, gazing into the dark, dooming ceiling. Okay. All is good. Head is pounding and hands are shaking. That's cool. This is fine. What is down here? Rocks? Can I have you rocks? Yes, I can have you. Place you right there for now. Oh. You're coming with me to walk. Yes, I would be glad to accompany you anywhere you wish, sir. Good. Well, I will be back. Stay there. Yes, sir. Your wish is my command, my good man. Okay, so that's the laboratory. Save them there, because that's what I assumed that little cylindrical thing was. The desert dunes were like save. Continue on. One day I will return. blah blah blah. Already read that. Alright, well, I'll continue this tomorrow, fellows. Good day. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next stream tomorrow.